So when I started doing stand-up in 1997, the only place that would allow me to go up on stage and do what I do were bars. Dive bars, rough bars. Martina and I, that's where we met many, many, many years ago. We're performing at this bar in Montebello, California. And you had to fight with the crowd. You had to fight because there was so much noise. There were TVs that were on. People were drinking. People were smoking. People were doing everything in there but paying attention. So you had to come out quick trying to get them to laugh. And one night, this comedian pulls me aside and he goes, "Hey, kid." And when he called me kid, I got upset. I'm like, I could drink. But I was 21 years old. And, you know, even though I thought I was grown, I wasn't. I wasn't grown. I got upset that he pulled me aside. He goes, "Can I give you some advice?" I'm like, who does this guy think he is to try to give me advice? I'm funnier than him. That's what I thought, because at the age of 21, I was a punk. I really was. And so I don't know what got into me where I said, "Sure, I'll hear you out." And I just stood there. And he said, "Listen, you're really likable on stage, and that's rare. I'm going to give you a little bit of advice. If you cut all the cussing out of your show and start taking the filthy material out, I think you're going to have a long career ahead of you." And I know I said take the cussing out, and I said the F word twice tonight. Technically, 3 times. I said it 3 times. But I'm being mindful of it. I'm keeping count. It's not every other word. Plus, we're in a casino. Okay? No one loses their ass and says, "Aw, shucks." No. I heard some of you cussing before the show. When the fuck is this gonna start? Yeah, I heard you. I heard you. Estoy gordo, no sordo. I heard you, goddammit. So anyway, he gives me this advice. Cut the cussing out of your show. Take out the filthy material. And I don't know why I listened, but I did. And he was absolutely right. All of a sudden, I started getting opportunities left and right. I started getting booked at colleges, high schools, churches, fairs, and then the big one, casinos. Back in the day, you had to be squeaky clean to perform at a casino. But that's not the case anymore. Now, if you can sell tickets, it doesn't matter what you do up here, they want to book you. But back in the day, there was only a few people who could pull it off. And I was fortunate enough to be one of those people. So I remember I got booked to perform at a casino called Morongo in Southern California. And I'm backstage with the booker, the lady that hired me for the function. And she goes, "So, no cussing, right?" I go, No cussing. No filthy material? No filthy material. Good luck out there." And it was just me. I didn't have openers. It was just me. It was a voiceover on the freaking speaker, right? "Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome comedian funny man, Gabriel Iglesias." And then I walked out there, right? I offended the entire audience in 5 seconds. And I did it without cussing. Freaking 22-year-old kid goes up on stage, looks at the crowd and says, "Hey, everybody, is this a regular casino or is this an Indian casino?" You see how you all know? I didn't know. I didn't know because I didn't have TikTok to teach me. What I did have was a life experience that I'll never forget. As soon as I said that, the entire front row, which comprised of the tribal members from the casino, they all stood up, and one of them called me out in front of the entire audience. Hey, you don't say that anymore. The proper term is Native American. Please show respect." And I was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't know." And I felt horrible, and I was so embarrassed. Fortunately, I had a second show at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock hits, I take the stage. I didn't need to be told 1,000 times that I messed up. That one time of me getting shamed in front of the entire audience was all I needed. That's why I'm a firm believer in shaming. I think shaming is good. Shaming is good as long as you shame with purpose. If you're about to teach someone a valuable lesson, I say go for it because it worked for me. I got shamed one time. Second show, 10 o'clock, I took the stage. Ooh, it was different. I was like, before I get started, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all of the Native Americans who are here tonight. Thank you for this opportunity to perform in your casino. I hope you enjoy the performance. I thought I was good. All of a sudden, another tribal member in the back jumped up and he's like, "Hey, drop the American, just say Native." Okay. That stayed with me. That was powerful. That was scary. Next time I did a casino, first thing I said was, I would like to acknowledge all of the natives who are here tonight. And then someone yelled out, "We're indigenous." Fuck me. That's 4. With time, I got a chance to perform all across the United States. And then I get my first ever show in Canada. Ironically enough, at a casino. It's a casino we still perform at called Caesars in the city of Windsor, Ontario, right across the water from Detroit, Michigan. I come to find out the hard way that in Canada, it is a completely different term for describing the people originally from that land. The proper term in Canada is actually First Nation. I didn't know that. I was so nervous being in Canada, I said Native American. Like, hello, I'm not even in America, right? Freaking stupid, right? Pendejo, I know. Fortunately, someone pulled me to the side and they told me what was up. I was lucky that I had a second show. 10 o'clock, I take the stage and I'm like, before I begin, I would like to acknowledge all of the First Nation people who are here tonight. And then some guy yells out, "Call us Indians!" This guy in the front row was like, "They're not Indian." They are not Indian. Canada's always been an adventure. There was one show that we did at the same casino. Anytime now we perform outside of the United States, even if it's next door in Canada or Mexico, Martin's first question to the audience is, do we have any Americans in the house tonight? Because no matter where we perform in the world, there's always a handful. So that night, Martin takes a stage and he asks the question, do we have any Americans here tonight? Not knowing that earlier in the day, at that same casino in the grand ballroom, there was a end-of-year holiday party from an American company from right across the water in Detroit. And they were having this end-of-year celebration, and they were there pre-gaming since noon, partying it up. And I guess the party planner for the event thought it would be an amazing idea to end their party with laughter. So this person bought all of the tickets to my show that night and gave them to that company. Well, 7 o'clock rolls around and everybody stumbles in, takes their seats, and then Martin walks out and he asks the question, do we have any Americans here tonight? And instead of getting a yay, woo, right here, he got, they were so drunk they started chanting, USA, 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 USA. I'm in the dressing room, I'm hearing this, I'm like, why are we here? We could have done this in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? I had to fill out paperwork. I'm like, this is not cool. So during intermission, Martin comes backstage and he tells me, bro, I don't know if you heard. Oh, I heard. You might want to mention it. I go, oh, I will. So at some point during my performance, I told the audience, so A little bird told me that there might be a couple of Americans here tonight. Is that true? Sure enough. And they started doing it again. USA, USA, USA. And then it got quiet and you could hear, America. I said, ladies and gentlemen, do you understand what just happened? We just made history. And people in the front row got their arms crossed. They're like, what are you talking about? History. I said, we just made history. Who would have ever thought you'd see the day where thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands of Americans would cross a border to see a Mexican. Thank you for 27 years of supporting this Mexican. Miami, los quiero mucho. So let me give you a heads up as to what has happened since the last time I did a special. My son Frankie is now 19 years old. 19 years old, high school graduate. He has all his shots, ladies. People tell me all the time, you know, why do you talk about your son so much? Because he won't leave. Does he like it when you talk about him? I said, no, he hates it. Well, why do you do it? Because he won't leave. I'll tell you what he likes to do right now. He likes to sit around the house and watch videos of other kids playing video games. See, some of you are clapping. I didn't know that was an actual thing. I asked him, what are you doing? I'm watching other kids playing video games. I said, that's really? Why? Well, they're professionals. I'm like, why would you watch something that you could be doing? Because they're professionals. That's dumb. Really, Dad? Every Sunday, I see you watching football. How come you don't play? I didn't even argue. I just cut off the internet. My son's problem right now is that he has, according to him, too many options. Okay, that's his problem. I'm like, poor guy. I have so many options, Dad. I don't know what to do. Write them down. Put them on a wheel. Freaking. Today, plumber. Something. The problem is we go places, people find out he is my son, and then they offer him opportunities. He doesn't understand that that's not how the real world works. I know about struggling and clawing and fighting for the opportunity to do something. He doesn't get it yet. And that's my fault. For example, I take him and his mom out to dinner, okay? I took them both to Red Lobster. Now, Houston, me personally, I love Red Lobster, okay? And not even for the seafood. I'm talking about the biscuits. Oh, yeah. So we're sitting there and we're having a conversation with our son about life, opportunity, what does he want to do with himself? And as we're talking to him, the manager from Red Lobster walks over to our table. And he's being really cool, right? He's like, hey. And I'm like, hey. He looks at my son. Is this the infamous Frankie? I said, why, yes, it is. He just graduated. Congratulations. And he's looking for a job. The manager goes, oh, say no more. And he gives my son a business card. And then he starts to say, listen, Frankie, this is all you have to do. Just go online and fill out the application. Once it's registered, call me personally, and I'll see to it that you get an interview. The only position we have available right now is for a host, but there's plenty of room for opportunity here at Red Lobster. Besides, you got one hell of a reference. And then he walked away, and I was like, oh my God. I'm gonna get free biscuits. My son looks at me and says, I don't want to work at Red Lobster. I said, Frankie, no one is making you work anywhere. This is just another opportunity that you're wasting. Okay, no Red Lobster. What's your plan? Oh, I don't know. I got frustrated, so I raised my voice. Well, you better start thinking. His mom didn't like that. Don't talk to him like that. I said, look, biscuit blocker. See, up to this point, we have agreed on how we raise our son. But in this situation, she's trying to protect him from the world. I'm trying to prepare him for the world. If he cannot handle me raising my voice to get his attention, to see the bigger picture, he's not ready for a world that doesn't care about his feelings. So I say, you know what? I gotta have a one-on-one with him. I gotta have a one-on-one without... So I take him out to the movies. We get in the car, we take off. Little 20-minute drive, okay? As we're driving, I figure I'll have a little one-on-one with him. Maybe this way it doesn't feel like a talk. I thought he understood what I was trying to say. It's late, we're leaving the movies. We're pulling out of the parking structure, and out of the corner of my eye, I see a cop car. And I made a sound. I was like, ugh. And Frankie goes, what is it, Dad? I said, there's a cop at the light. What are you worried about? He's gonna stop us. How do you know? Watch. I made that left turn. Frankie's losing it. It's happening! I said, relax. I pull over. Cop pulls up from behind. Immediately. Driver, windows down. Oh. Driver, hands out the window.
Serious?
Both of them. I can't, I'm fat! He gets to the window, and he's got the flashlight, and he shines the light right in my face. He's like, license? Yeah. Here. He takes the license, and then, of course, do you know why I stopped you? Officer, no, I don't, but I'm sure you're about to tell me. You don't have a front plate on your car. I said, officer, you're absolutely right. I do not have a front plate on my car, but my name is actually on the front of the car. Excuse me, my name is on the front of the car. I own a 2012 Ford Flex, and the Ford Flex has the actual word flex written on the hood. I have a friend who does custom automotive work, and he took all the letters off the car except for the letter F, and he made letters so that it spells fluffy on the hood. Okay? Yeah, it sounds impressive. You can do it too for like $23. It's not that bad. They're like refrigerator magnets. You can even move them. Like one day a letter flew off and it said foofy. Look at me, que pendejo. I know, stupid, right? So the officer walks around to the front of the car and he takes his flashlight and he shines the light right on the hood. And he does this, he goes, I knew it! And my son goes, what does that mean? I said, that means we get to go. Oh, Houston, for the first time in a long time, my son was actually impressed by something that I did. You gotta figure, this is not impressive to my son because he grew up in this environment, okay? You saw that, right? I saw like a... That's like the third one I've seen. It's like stuff keeps... The people upstairs from Tombow, keep talking. All right, I'll tell you guys what happened. Shakira performed here a few days ago. And Shakira has an amazing show, okay? She doesn't just come out and la 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 la. I think I just hurt myself. But there's a part of her show where all of a sudden it goes, and there's cannons with confetti that shoot everywhere, right? And I think that was leftover Shakira. Yeah. Can we edit out the part where I burned 800 calories? Oh my God. So where was I? Oh, this does nothing for my son. And the reason why I say that is because he grew up in this environment. He's been to 1,000 shows. He's seen me on TV a million times. It's not a big deal. But the fact that I got stopped by a cop and the cop recognized me and geeked out and let us go, I earned street cred with my kid. Yeah, Frankie was like, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. And I'm like, hell yeah, cuz, that's right. You better recognize, player. We get home, he woke up his mom. Mom, you should have seen it. We got stopped by the cops. Are you okay? Yeah, they recognized Dad and they let us go. And she stayed quiet. And I told her, huh? I got recognized. And she said, ah. But I had to.
I left town for 2 weeks. No. Adam? Bye. pesos. Now I know. Kind of plan. I can bring. Get back. I found something out that way. I found out that you don't have to yell at a kid to get your point across.
smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you. Choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude. Crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently. Thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes a dynasty.
Oh man, this. But yeah, somebody. Thing you guys. I've been starstruck many, many times. As a matter of fact, this past year, I got to meet one of my childhood heroes. I got to meet Arnold Schwarzenegger. Now, some of you are clapping, some of you are like, wait. Well, here's the thing. I didn't love him as a politician, and I was too young to know him as a bodybuilder. All I knew is the movie Terminator was my favorite movie, and he was the Terminator. So, here's the story. I'm in LA at this red carpet event for some movie that I still haven't seen. I'm standing there with my publicist, okay? I'm standing there with my publicist, and she's explaining to me how the red carpet works. Listen, Gabriel, this is what's gonna happen. You're gonna go down the red carpet, and then the paparazzi's gonna start taking photos of you, and then someone's gonna ask you some questions. It's a lot of fun. Then we'll go inside, and then we'll go to the after party. It's gonna be great. As she's telling me this, I'm looking around, and I look over and I notice, I see him. I see Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I freak out. relax, relax. You've never met Arnie? I said, no, I've never met Arnie. I work with him all the time. He's really nice. Would you like me to introduce you? I'm like, yes. She takes me by the hand and she walks me directly to Arnold. I'm freaking out so bad, I look like a big ass toddler. We get over to Arnold Schwarzenegger's area, and he's Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's already got a big group of people around him waiting to take a photo. So I'm just patiently waiting. As I'm watching him, you guys, I gotta tell you right now, no one on this planet is better at meeting people than Arnold Schwarzenegger. He is the greatest people meter I've ever witnessed. And the reason I say this is because when you meet him, he's very engaging. He grabs your hand, he pulls you in, he looks at you in the eyes, and he turns it on. When you meet Arnold, you get exactly what you think you're gonna get. It's awesome to watch. You know? How are you? So nice to meet you. You're so strong. You put my hand. Hey, look at you. This is incredible. Got these lights and this red carpet. This is incredible. Excuse me. How are you? Hey, you're so strong. You put my hand. This is incredible. Look at you. People are walking away from him, looking at their hand. They're looking at their hand, you guys. 10 minutes I'm watching Arnold Schwarzenegger light people up. And then I noticed something else. I noticed that Arnold has a handler, a guy who stands right behind him. And it's this guy's job to basically reset Arnold for the next person he's about to meet. Arnold Schwarzenegger will never cut off a conversation with the fan. The guy behind him listens in on the conversation and he determines when enough is enough, and then he signals Arnold to cut it off and move on. Here's the signal. He grabs the back of Arnold's arm right there, 2 times. 1, 2. That lets Arnold know, cut it off, time to move on. Always to the left. Awesome to watch. This is incredible what these lights and these special effects is going on here. Excuse me, how are you? Nice to meet you. You're so strong. Hey! I'm like, oh. So I yell out to the handler, hey! And the handler turns around. Hit him! I want to meet him. Hit him! And he starts laughing because now he sees that I see how the Terminator is really working. So he gives me one of these. Next thing you know, he is lighting Arnold up. He is hitting Arnold so fast, Arnold can barely keep up. Excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, hello, how are you? Excuse me, pardon me, high five, high five, high five, high five, high five, pardon me, excuse me, hello, how are you? Very good. Pound, 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 pound. He's coming down the line, coming down the line, coming down the line, and I'm just waiting. And I stick my hand out and he grabbed it. How are you? Son, I recognize you. I know who you are. You're the comedian who does the joke about the Indian man trying to rob a bank, but he cannot rob the bank because they are making fun of him. And in my head, I'm like, he knows me! Outside, I'm like, yeah, that's me. You are hysterical. Give me your contact information. You are the funniest person. Excuse me. How are you? Nice to meet you. You're so strong. Meeting Arnold is like a really good roller coaster. You want to go to the end and meet him one more time. You know what I'm saying?
Kibo, can we go to...
And it's funny because, for me to relate to my son, it's a little challenging, you guys. And it's not that I can't relate to a teenager, because I can. I can relate to almost any age. I got people that brought kids here tonight. The problem is that my son doesn't see me as an entertainer. He sees me as the guy that tells him to take a shower, put on deodorant, stop picking your nose. That's me. His friends, on the other hand, I'm like a god to his friends. Every time I drop off Frankie at school now, I pull up, the kids see my car. They freak out and they run over to it and they put their hands on it like it's a shrine. They touch the car like freaking, Selena está aquí, Some of you got that. Gracias. Anyway. Then the kids start shaking my car side to side, chanting, Fluffy, Fluffy, Fluffy. And Frankie's in the front seat, pissed. He's pissed. He's like, this is bull. I'm like, hey, dude, don't get mad at me because I'm more popular than you at your school. Little hater. He gets out of the car all mad. They're still chanting, Fluffy, Fluffy. The thing is that our worlds are very different. His world revolves around Grand Theft Auto, the video game, YouTube, and girls. He's really good at 2 of those. The other one, not so much. And it's not that I'm trying to be a hater about it. It's just that I tell Frankie, listen, you need to start having more conversations. You need to become more talkative and interact like this. See, he'd rather text than talk. That's his whole thing. I'm like, dude, you gotta learn, start to talk to me. I wish you would talk to me more. You could learn a lot about talking by talking to me. I'm just saying, I only do it professionally. But no, he'd rather text. It's at the point now where if I'm in the house and I yell, Frankie, did you take out the trash? Nothing. All of a sudden, cling. I take out my phone, no. But if I say, I got money for you, freaking Houdini, right? Oh, hello. Because you can't text cash. That's my big thing right now. I just want him to take out the trash. He's 16 years old now. He should have been doing this since he was 10, but better late than never. And what he does is he'll sit in the living room and he tunes out the rest of the house. He sits there and he'll put on these headphones that I got him for Christmas a couple of years ago. These Beats with the freaking studio button, and it cuts out all of the sound. They are so strong that when he starts watching his YouTube videos, he can't hear himself laugh. And for me, that is the funniest thing in the world. I'm in the other room and I can hear him. This is what I hear. I'm in the other room like, who brought the Germans? And so I walk out into the living room and I see Frankie and he's laughing at his phone and I gotta flag him down. I go, hey. And he'll take him off. What's up, Dad? I go, Frankie, can you do me a favor? Can you please take out the trash? Okay. And then he puts them back on. What? Now? I go, yes. Now? When you ask me for a ride, it's because you need a ride when you ask for it, right? Not later. Then he says, where are we going? Just take out the trash. And then he does it. He takes out the trash, but he acts like he's doing me the biggest favor in the world. And he stares me down and he doesn't break eye contact. He's like, and then I'll hold the bag over the can and he makes a sound. I'm like, dude, so much drama. It's crazy. I'd like to have normal conversations with him, but usually I got to take it that far for us to interact. I look forward to conversations. Even if it's something small and minute, at least it gives me a chance to trigger another conversation with him. I look forward to a few things. I look forward to December, because in December, Frankie becomes very chatty. Otherwise, he's one-word kid. Parents, you know what I'm talking about. Kids, one-word kid. And you try to talk to him. Hey, how's your day? Good. You have any homework? Yeah. You gonna do it? Maybe. You hungry? Mm-hmm. What do you want? Food. Ah! Usually that's what I get.
But December rolls around, and guess what December is? December is when he becomes very chatty because he has an agenda. All of a sudden, he goes from one-word kid to very like, hey, how's your week, Dad? You doing good? Yeah, how are the shows going? You doing all right? Do you need anything? You need anything? I'm like, I needed this in July, just saying. And I know it's fake, but at least, once again, it allows me to put my real conversation on top of his fake one. And if that's what it takes, then that's what it takes.
Please welcome Gabriel Iglesias.
Oh my God, this is so cool. This is so exciting. Finally, this is like a childhood dream come true right here, you guys. I'm on the Arsenio Hall show. Hell yeah. And I'm 100 pounds lighter. Thank you. And everybody in the front is like, well, how big were you? Yeah, no kidding, man. And for me, this is so exciting because, like, I'm backstage talking to Marlon, and we're watching the clips, and for the first time, I get to actually promote a film. Like, a year ago, I got to do a movie called Magic Mike, and I couldn't really promote it because, well, not for kids anyway. Hey, kids, go tell your parents to take you to see, Está sucio, cochino. Yeah, so I couldn't do that. And then, a few months later, I went from an R-rated film about male strippers to a Disney film called Planes. And to do a Disney film, you guys, is amazing because you cannot work for a bigger company than Disney. You work for Disney? No, seriously. You work for Disney? Woo! It's like a relationship because before I worked for Disney, no one wanted to work with me. All of a sudden, you get a hold of a good one, and everyone is calling. Nickelodeon was calling, Fox Sports, and Cartoon Network. And Disney makes you feel very comfortable. They let you know right away. Gabriel, you have nothing to worry about. Disney is going to take really good care of you. Really good care of you. And then Nickelodeon called and said, we'll do things Disney won't. And I was like, well, hello, Nickelodeon. So there I go, cheating on Disney. I go to Nickelodeon Studios in Burbank because they want to pitch me a cartoon. And to get a show pitched to you is very different than auditioning. I walk in and the director comes out and she was really cool. She's like, let me just cut to the chase. This is a special cartoon here at Nickelodeon. It's about a little toy car. This toy car has a bunch of other little friends that are also toy cars. Each toy car has its own individual personality. There's the happy car, there's sad car, there's crazy car. And one of these toy cars, we need to be a little different. And in Hollywood, when they say different, they mean Mexican. That's what they mean. They'll never tell you that because it's a little politically incorrect. We want you to play it. No. So what they do is they give you a series of suggestive words to let you know the type of direction they want you to take a certain character. So they walk me into a sound room. They close the door. They put me in front of a podium with a microphone and a script. And they give me the headphones. I put them on. And then the director goes behind the glass. And she starts to talk to me through a PA system. And she's like,
okay, listen, Gabriel. If you could just read the top line, we're going to figure this character out. And then we're going to take it from there. Okay? Whenever you're ready.
So, the line that I'm supposed to read is, hey guys, I can't believe we're all here. So I'm like, I got this. Here we go. This is Gabriel Iglesias, take one. Hey guys, I can't believe that we're all here.
Okay, listen, that's really good. Really, really good. If you could just do me a favor and give me a little spice. That would be super.
As soon as I heard her say spice, I'm like, oh my God, they want me to play it like a gardener. Now I realize I messed up. So I'm like, oh, here we go. Fine. This is Gabriel Iglesias, take two. Hey guys, I cannot believe that we are all here.
Okay, listen, you sound really unenthusiastic. If you could do me a favor and give me more energy and double the spice. I'm talking muy caliente, okay? Whenever you're ready.
This is Gabriel Iglesias, take 3. Hey guys, I cannot believe that we are all here.
Okay, listen, we know you do sound effects in your show. Can you give us a sound effect for a toy car?
I'm like, toy car, I got this, no problem. Here we go.
Can you put spice on that?
They want me to put an accent on a sound effect. I'm frustrated. I don't know what to do. I'm like, I don't know. Varum.
Can you give us anything else?
I am so frustrated. I'm so annoyed. I'm so ready to walk. I just grab the microphone and I do this. Just as I'm about to take off my headphones, she looks at me and she says,
Perfect.
thanks you guys very much for having me. Thank you, Arsenio.